There are little life hacks within the hi-fi realm that the ultra high-end brands don't want you to know about. They want to keep you distracted, so you keep throwing thousands of dollars of your hard-earned money at ho-hum products. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars to own an incredible amplifier. I have stumbled upon a true gem, and I felt compelled to share it with all of you, because that is my calling, this is my duty. Let's get to it. There are several reviews and measurements online that were claiming that the Topping LA90 Discrete is literally the best thing since sliced bread. I am a skeptic first though, because I know how cloudy and disingenuous not only reviewers, but manufacturers can be with their claims. Nobody knows who is bought and paid for. So for me, the solution is, if it sounds too good to be true, test it for yourself. I was very happy when my friends at Audiophonics agreed to ship one out for me to evaluate. Once it arrived, I called my friend Galush and asked him if he wouldn't mind and was interested in helping me with the measurements, and he happily agreed since he had been waiting to hear it as well. Secretly, I think he really wanted to pair it against the benchmark AHB2, which is what we ended up doing. More on that in just a bit. Let's take a closer look at the LA90's features and aesthetics. The LA90 Discrete incorporates design elements from previous Topping models but stands out due to its compact size. One of the smallest footprint designs I have seen among the two-channel AB amplifiers, excluding Class D products, of course. I believe its visual appeal lies in its clean, minimalist, and industrial design. Although the placement of adjustable switches on the back is not ideal, as it can be inconvenient for users, the sleek front panel with only a volume knob, input LED lights, and a power button compensates for this. The volume knob has a comfortable feel and offers a smooth, gradual increase in volume when used as an integrated amplifier. However, for this review, I primarily used the LA90 with the volume knob bypassed via a switch located at the rear of the unit. The back of the amp is fairly basic. It has XLR inputs and outputs, so make sure that you plan accordingly for that, whether you buy specific cables, adapters, or use a preamp that is capable of XLR outputs. The 5-way binding posts have some definite girth to them, but overall, standard, nothing special there. Next to the binding posts, you will find 3 switches for the volume, bypass, stereo or mono, and low or high gain selections. It also has a 12-volt trigger input and a power input for the provided power supply, which, just a side note, the power supply they included is really nice and really quiet. Let's check out the measurements, shall we? As you could see from the measurements I performed at Mr. Galush's place, this amplifier has insanely low noise and distortion. The measurements performed were at 50 watts into 4 ohms, and it had a 0.0007 total harmonic distortion and 102 decibels of signal to noise and distortion ratio. I believe the measurements performed on Audio Science Review were actually better than this. However, these measurements were very, very nice, and if this is a taste of things to come, then we should be in for an oral treat. We must remember though, measurements will never, ever tell the whole story. We have to balance the objectivity with a solid listening session to really discover how the engineers designed this amplifier and what the goal was with this unit. Judging by these measurements, though, we can surmise that the engineering team set out to create something special. Most amplifier manufacturers out there would actually feel like they've reached their peak within their life's work to design an amp that measures like this. But as I said, measurements aren't everything and do not tell the whole story. So let's find out how this amplifier actually sounds. We paired this amplifier with Mr. Galush's custom speakers that he built, which aren't hard to drive. My first and lasting impression was that this amp has incredible detail, excellent low-end frequencies, amazing mid-range, and precise treble. This amplifier was truly a pleasure to listen to. Even at higher volumes, it didn't fall apart like other amps I have tested in the past. The separation of instruments was quite nice as well. This is one of those moments where you have to stop and realize that a company created something spectacular that measures better than almost anything else on the market right now, and it's only $799. This is obscene. I am beside myself with the quality and performance of this amplifier. Not to mention the sheer value for the dollar is astronomical. This will go down in history, in hi-fi history, as one of the best design amplifiers of our generation. And I'm not trying to honey dick here. I'm not trying to honey dick anyone. I am just sincerely impressed with the delivery of this amplifier. Well, that is until Mr. Galush fired up the benchmark AHB2. Just for reference, this is not a fair fight, since the benchmark is literally 4 times the price of the topping. 4. Now, where the benchmark excelled was it provided more body to the sound. It was richer and a more fuller sonic experience. It was also considerably more spacious. I did not expect that. I was anticipating a close match, but this is one of those instances where these units were in fact priced accordingly. Now, was the benchmark 4 times the price better than the topping? Well, possibly. The $3,200 price tag on the benchmark I feel is a tad bit aggressive. However, you do get a lot of bang for your buck with both amplifiers. I could honestly say, sure, pay the $800 for the topping or $3,200 for the benchmark, depending on your budget, because it's fact that both amps will provide a wonderful experience. I hope this helps introduce a couple of heavy hitters into your radar, because if you are in the market for an amplifier, I feel these would be solid choices for anyone interested in achieving amazing sound from their system. I have seen my channel starting to grow, guys, so I want to welcome everyone who is new to the channel and those who have been with me since the very beginning. I am glad you're here, and I hope we can chat on Discord, through my Patreon, where you can actually support the channel and my efforts, as well as in the comments below. If you have had a mind-altering experience with an amplifier, please share your thoughts in the comments down below. I would love to hear about it. If you enjoyed the video, I encourage you to seduce the like button.
Hello. You.
Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to get notified every time a new video is born. With all that said and done, I will see you on the next one. Take care, guys.